Alligator Auschwitz is open for business. It seems like just yesterday I was talking about the guy who owns the place, who was doing that commercial for the one Donald J. Trump. Hey man, I've got an airport surrounded by marshland and alligators and mosquitoes. Why don't you throw a little money my way and we could turn this into the next concentration camp? Why don't you? And Donald Trump saw that ad and thought, damn, that sounds like a great idea. And within a couple of days, that guy got funding and it went from 1,000 beds to house, the ICE detainees that are being snatched up off the street in LA, New York, and all across the country. It went from 1,000 beds to 5,000 beds. And it's fucking tense, y'all. Tense. And keep in mind, this is Florida. Flood-prone Florida. Having thousands of immigrants down there in detention in fucking tents. Boy, that doesn't sound like it's a bad idea at all. That sounds genius. That's brilliance, man. That's you using your noggin to people to tell me I'm a very stable genius. It's called up here and a brain and many other things. Many people are saying I am completely genius. Nobody does it better than me. Nobody knows book like I do. Anyway, I spoke about Benny Johnson earlier. He was talking to Donald Trump in an interview, talking about Zoran Mandami, and he qualified it by saying, the communist Zoran Mandami said he's not going to follow your orders with ICE. What are you going to do about the communist Zoran Mandami? Well, here he is trying to butch up and pretend like he's not gay. Down in Alligator, Auschwitz, I know it's called Alligator Alcatraz. It's a fucking prison camp. It is a concentration camp where you are concentrating a whole shitload of people that you have collected all across the country and sent to a swampland surrounded by alligators in the hopes that, MAGA is biting at the bit, just waiting for a migrant to get eaten by a reptile. Congratulations. Anyway, let's see what this not gay man has to say.
What's up, guys? It's Benny. We are taking you inside Alligator Alcatraz today.
He's so excited.
Trump. As you can see behind me, we got a Jurassic Park
fun.
opening here. Let's freaking get going and see what's inside. Welcome to Alligator Alcatraz, the single most dangerous prison in all of America. Not because of the conditions inside, but because of the environment outside.
He seems so excited about that. The most dangerous prison. God damn, man. He's so excited about other people's pain and suffering. Man. Wow. Good on you, Benny. Good on you.
Alligator Alcatraz is located deep into the heart of the Florida Everglades. One road in and no roads out. This place is surrounded by nothing but untamed, swampy wilderness filled with creatures that can murder you. Alligators, pythons, and of course mosquitoes who fly in swarms of millions. Speaking of millions, there are millions of gators, some of them weighing tons all throughout the Everglades. What are the conditions inside of Alligator Alcatraz? Well, nobody has seen it except for us. And we are going to show you for the first time the newest and most famous prison in all of America. What's it like? Have they trained alligators to actually hunt the inmates?
Oh my God. Oh my God. This is what AI is used for. That brilliant piece of technology, AI. This is what we're using all of our fossil fuel energy and water cooling systems on computers to make this kind of dumbass shit for the masses. Meanwhile, people are getting fired from their jobs all over the country because AI is going to do it cheaper. Not better, but absolutely cheaper. And this is some dumbass shit.
Riding around in a fan boat is Donald Trump in the Watchtower.
Oh my God.
We're going to find out today in your exclusive tour of the most deadly prison in America. Just arrived here in Marco Island, about as close as we can get to Alligator Alcatraz. Now we're going to head into the swamp. We're
inside of Alligator Alcatraz right now.
Does he have a heart on? I think he has a heart on.
As far as the eye can see, we don't know what we're going to find when we get inside, but it's the center of the universe right now, and we're showing you this for the first time. We're the first people allowed in to see what's been built out here.
Any gators?
I jump on gators every day.
Yeah, that's right.
That's my job.
That's crazy.
So when somebody has a gator in their pool,
You actually jump on them?
Yeah.
That's wild, man.
yeah. I mean, I've actually run out of tape and used handcuffs to pull their legs on.
Really? You handcuffed a gator before? That's incredible.
Behind me, a 30-foot wall.
He
with
was flirting
razor
with that
wire on
big,
the
strong
top.
man.
None of it existed just a couple of days ago. An impressive feat for the state of Florida. You can see here, no trespassing. This area is designated an operational prison, the most dangerous prison in all of America. Surrounded by millions of alligators and pesky mosquitoes that are currently savagely attacking me and Colden right now holding the camera. It's a nasty place to be put. A major deterrent if you are a criminal alien in
Wow.
this country. You don't want to be put
I
here.
mean, that didn't look racist at all, did it? I mean, why don't you just call them what you think these people are? You know, they're runaway slaves, man. That's what they are, runaway slaves.
And if you're going in, you ain't going out. Ladies and gentlemen, this is Alligator Alcatraz, and it's really, really nasty. Welcome to Alligator Alcatraz, the most famous and dangerous, newest prison in the...
I mean, it seems like it's like a game show. He wants to be, you know, like what do they call that? The Squid Games. You know, that's what he wants. Remember Kristi Noem wasn't that long ago. Kristi Noem was talking about maybe we should make this into a game where, you know, immigrants fight other immigrants for their chance to stay in America. She actually did that. She thought that was a brilliant idea. And this guy looks like he's vying to be the host of the new Squid Games here in America.
Entire world. President Trump coming here today to see this magnificent facility that will house criminal aliens in one of the most
Magnificent,
deadly
huh?
spots on Earth.
Looks like a
in
tent
the middle
city.
Of the Florida Everglades. Let's freaking cook. This is going to be a wild one.
The first thing that a criminal alien sees inside of Alligator Alcatraz is those giant King Kong 30-foot doors with razor wire on top and that beautiful American flag with the Florida state flag right underneath it. Then they head inside. This is the processing center. This is where the criminal alien will be entered. They will be screened. Then
Jesus
they will be
Christ.
processed. Goes through their health history.
This is some
their
dark
nation of
shit, y'all.
origin, and most importantly, there's going to be material here that's going to show what their rights are and are not, and also that educates the detainee that they are...
Honey, their rights have already been trashed, man. They don't get any due process. They get snatched up off the street. They get put in a car, then put on a plane, and then sent to fucking Alligator Auschwitz, man. They didn't get any due process. They didn't get stand in front of a judge. They just get snatched up and thrown in a prison camp, man. I mean, it's fucking 1934 all over again. It's Hitler grabbing up a whole bunch of Jewish people out of the Warsaw Ghetto and throwing them in Auschwitz, man. That is what this is.
allowed to self-deport, go home, is what they're asking.
No, they don't want you to self-deport, because if you self-deport, then ICE doesn't get to have their numbers. They need 3,000 people a day. So if you self-deport, they don't get to count that one. You know, they don't get to capture that body. And that's what ICE calls them. You know, we need 3,000 bodies a day. Just completely taking away all the humanity of these people. You know, they're just bodies.
That's what they're met with here. And now we're going to work our way through the processing facilities. There are 3 main facilities. Ladies and gentlemen, the state of Florida and the Trump administration means business. Let's go.
We're in one of the 12 or so pods, ultimately service 3,000 detainees.
It's like summer camp from hell. Don't want to be in here. Look at this.
Including previous administration. They've actually put people on the floor and done these 3 and 4 bunk size. We're not doing that here. We have to comply with what's referred to as Florida jail model standards and national jail model standards, which means men and women will be separate. All right. There will be no minors here.
The facility is massive, it's pristine, it's brand new. You can see all the way around. Look at this, it's very impressive. They were able to build this in just a matter of hours.
Yeah, it doesn't hurt to have billions and billions of dollars being able to, you know, be thrown around thanks to the cuts to Medicaid and food assistance and what have you, and dumping billions of dollars into ICE and Department of Homeland Security. Yeah, man, they can build some fences and buy some fucking beds. Wow.
8 days without lawsuits and other regulatory problems, they're telling me it would have taken 72 hours.
Yeah, man, because you have a Florida governor who is a bootlegger to Donald Trump. Of course he's going to let him do whatever the hell he wants to.
All of this made.
Remember that when there's a pothole on your street that hasn't been filled in 20 years, okay? Yeah.
Yeah, when it hasn't been filled in 20 years because they're busy buying prisons to put working class immigrants into. That's why your pothole isn't fixed. That's why you don't have health care. Jesus, man, I can't watch any more of this. It's absolutely disturbing. Well, this is going to be just as disturbing. This is the border czar, Tom Homan, a.k.a. racist Shrek. A mumble mouth, can't enunciate shit from Shinola. But this puts to bed the whole idea of we're going after just the criminals. Tom Homan is speaking at the Faith and Freedom Conference because we love the Lord. We love Jesus. Even though Jesus said, love thy neighbor like you love yourself and take in the sojourner, and take care of the poor. Jesus, OG socialist, OG communist. How about that? Jesus was an OG communist. But Christians, for some reason, don't think that the Jesus in the Bible is the Jesus that they like. The Jesus that they like is he's a middle-class businessman who he was all about capitalism. Dog, did you read the same book I did? Because I'm pretty sure he didn't say anything about that stuff. But anyway, sorry, I'm going off on a tangent. Tom Homan, who says he's going after the criminals. We got to get rid of all the criminals. And I have been saying for a while, as well as a lot of people on the left have been saying, that it's not going to stop at the criminals because they're talking about 10 to 20 million people getting kicked out of the country. It's about 4 to 5% of the population, which is an economic disaster. You kick out 4 to 5% of the population. Our products, services, food, what have you, everything is going to go through the roof and nobody's going to be here to work those jobs. It's economic fucking disaster. But yeah, man, let's kick out 10 to 20 million people because they're all criminals, like that grandma that they tackled and threw out, like that woman who just had a baby and then they deported her, like the 4-year-old kid with cancer who is an American citizen born on American soil. He gets deported. Yeah, man, they're all criminals. Well, Tom Homan has got a different idea what a criminal is. It's not just the rapists and the murderers out there. No. Those aren't the violent criminals. That's not just a criminal. Criminals are also people that break civil law, as in they cross the border without paperwork and then they ask for asylum. Those people are criminals too because they criminally cross the border. Honey, that is a civil offense. Crossing the border is the equivalent of you and I getting a speeding ticket. It is a civil offense. They are not criminals. And a lot of the people that they're deporting actually have paperwork. Like all the Haitians that they want to kick out of the country, those people are legal immigrants with legal asylum claims, with paperwork, that are paying into Social Security. They are paying taxes. They are working in this country and paying taxes and not getting any social services because of it. They are working and paying into the system and not taking anything out of it because they want to be here because Haiti is a fucking hellscape and they don't want to go back. And they came here because Haiti is a hellscape and they got asylum privileges granted to them under Biden and, well, actually not just under Biden, but under Obama as well. And as a matter of fact, some of them came here under Trump's first term. But now those people, their rights are in question, even though they are legally here. Tom Homan thinks they got to go. So anyway, let's take a listen to old Tom and see what he's got to say. See how he gets, he proves that whole, they're criminals and they all need to go.
So the deportation operation, right now we're arresting about 3 times as many criminal aliens as Joe Biden ever thought of. We're down.
By the way, I got to mention Joe Biden deported more people. This is not a good thing, but Joe Biden deported more people in his 4 years than Donald Trump did in his first 4 years. Now, Donald Trump and Stephen Miller and this troglodyte here, they are absolutely going to surpass that if they keep up this pace. They're absolutely going to surpass that. But Barack Obama was known as the deporter in chief. He kicked out criminal illegals. The ones that actually did crimes, he kicked them out. His nickname was the deporter in chief. Joe Biden was kicking out criminals. So the idea that Donald Trump was going to come in here and find a shitload more criminals when they are on a regular basis being kicked out of the country right, before he took office, that was happening. So now they have to up the game. There's not 20 million criminal illegals. Donald Trump told you who he was when he first took office in 2015. He came down that escalator and he says, I'm sure they're not sending their best. They're criminals, they're rapists. I'm sure some of them are good people, but most of them gotta go. Well, here's Tom Homan tell you, not just the criminals.
Numbers this morning, we're just shy of 130,000 illegal aliens arrested in the interior United States by ICE, and the vast majority of them being public safety threats or national security threats. We're doing exactly what President Trump promised. We're going to do the worst first, and we're doing that. However, the media's been hitting me up lately. Well, Homan's lying. They're not arresting just criminals and public safety threats. They're arresting non-criminals. What they're afraid to tell you is, yeah, they're in the country illegally, so they're on the table too.
You hear that? All you have to do is be here illegally and you are a criminal. It's not a civil offense anymore. To him, you are a criminal just like anybody else, just like somebody who is actually in prison. By the way, the reason why it's so easy to get rid of the criminals is because they've already been caught by the police, arrested, tried, convicted, and put in jail. It's easy to get the criminals out because most of them are locked up. And ICE is grabbing them and shipping them out of the country. This 130,000, it's only been 6 months, folks, 6 months. And they've already arrested 130,000 people in 6 months. It's an astronomical number. But he's sitting there just chuckling. You hear somebody in the audience going, good, get him out. They're so happy at defeat.
I was with the president yesterday during the big, beautiful bill ceremony at the White House, and he made a mistake and let me to the microphone. We need that big, beautiful bill passed. Come listen to me. I'm telling you right now. They passed that bill. We're going to have more money than we ever had to do immigration enforcement. You think we're arresting people now? You wait till we get the funding to do what we got to do.
That doesn't send a chill down your spine. I don't know what does, ma'am. This is some spooky ass shit, man. This is some spooky ass shit. And by the way, just as a reminder, this is the guy we were talking about here.
So embarrassed by it. In Springfield, they're eating the dogs, the people that came in. They're eating the cats. They're eating the pets of the people that live there.
He's talking about Haitian immigrants who are here legally. With an asylum claim, they are here legally, living, working, paying into the system, trying to make a better life for themselves. And he's over here going, they're eating the dogs. They're eating the cats. They're going to eat everybody, folks. They're going to chop you up and cook you for dinner because you know how them brown people are, especially the Haitians. They're really brown. That's the guy, man. That's the guy. He has gone full fucking fascist. He told you what he was going to do when he was running. You saw all the signs of all the people that went to his rallies holding signs that said mass deportation. They voted for this, man. And all of you, MAGA train writer, right-wingers out there, the podcast douche canoes, saying, well, I didn't think he was going to go this far. Why? Why did you not think that? He said he was going to do it, man. They've been planning this for 4 fucking years. Every rally he goes to, he's talking about mass deportation, kicking them all out. You know, he went on Joe Rogan and said, oh, we're just going to get rid of the criminals, man. You've seen it. You saw what they do in LA. Possibly you've seen it in person. These, you know, ICE guys just showing up out of nowhere in unmarked cars, wearing masks, you know, jacked up on whatever the fuck they're on, you know, armed to the teeth, wearing flak jackets, looking like they were about to invade a foreign country. Meanwhile, they're in American cities, grabbing people, no due process, throwing them in the back of a van and shipping them down to Alligator, Auschwitz, or Bukele's dungeon, or the South Sudan. Completely unconstitutional, no due process rights, just pure, straight, unadulterated fascism. You heard the guy, and he's doing it. And he's got all of the best people to help him do this. Tom Homan, Stephen Miller, Benny Johnson, looking to suck that D, cup those balls. He's so excited. They're all so excited. It's ugly stuff, folks. It is really. It's absolutely disturbing. Jesus Christ, man. Democrats, where you at, man? Where are you? Hey guys, thanks so much for watching. If you enjoyed what you saw, please like and subscribe. Keep rocking.